which you and I have not gone through. Now, have they told you the new decree of our king, Creon?
I have heard nothing. I know that 2 sisters lost 2 brothers, a double death in a single hour, and I know the Argive army fled in the night. But beyond this, nothing.
I thought so. That is why I asked you to come out here with me. There's something we must do.
Why do you speak so strangely?
Listen, me. Creon buried our brother Antigone with military honors, gave him a soldier's funeral, and it was right that he should, but Polynices, they fought as bravely and died as miserably. They say that Creon has sworn no one shall bury him. No one mourned for him, but this body must lie in the fields, a sweet treasure for carrion birds to find as they search for food. This is what they say. And our good Creon is coming here to announce it publicly. And the penalty, stoning to death in the public square. There it is. And now you must decide what you really are. A true sister. Or a traitor to your family.
Antigone, you are mad. Oh, what can I possibly
You
do?
must decide whether you will help me or not.
I do not understand you. Help you in what?
This is me. I am going to bury him. Will you come?
Bury him. You have just said the new law forbids it.
He is my brother. And he is your brother too.
But think of the danger. Think of what Creon will do.
Creon
It's not enough to stand in my sister. And has died. Everyone hating him for what his own search brought to light. His eyes ripped out by his own hands. And our 2 brothers died. Each killed by the other sword. And we are left. But Antigone, think. How much more terrible than these our own deaths would be if we should go against Creon and do what he has forbidden. We are only women. We cannot fight with men, Antigone. The law is strong. We must give in to the law in this thing and in worse. I beg the dead to forgive me, but I am helpless. I must yield to those in authority. And I think it is dangerous business to always be meddling.
That is what you think, then I should not want you. Even if you asked to come, you have made your decision. You can be what you want to be, but I will bury him. And if I must die, then I say that this crime is holy. And I shall lie down with him in death, and I shall be as dear to him as he is to me. It is the dead, not the living, who make the longest demands. We die forever. You may do as you like, since apparently the laws of the gods mean nothing to you.
They mean a great deal to me, but I have no strength to break laws that were made for the public good.
That must be your excuse, I suppose. But as for me, I will bury the brother I love.
Antigone, I'm so afraid for you.
You need not be. You have yourself to consider, after all.
But no one must hear of this. You must tell no one. I will keep it a secret, I promise.
Tell it! Tell everyone! Think of how they'll hate you when it all comes out! If they learn that you knew about it all the time!
So fiery. You should be cold with fear.
Perhaps! But I am only doing what I must.
But can you do it? I say that you cannot.
Very well. And when my strength gives out, I shall do no more.
Impossible things should not be tried at all.
Go away, this meaning. I should be hating death. It will not be the worst of deaths. Death without honor.
Go then, if you feel you must. You are unwise, but a loyal friend indeed to those who love you.
Now, the long blade of the sun, flying level east to west, touches with glory thieves of the seven gates. Open, unlidded eye of golden day, striking the white shields of the enemy, thrown headlong backward from the blaze of morning. Polynices, their commander, roused them with windy phrases. He, the wild eagle, screaming insults above our land. Against our seven gates, the famished spears came onward in the night, but before his jaws were sated with our blood, he was thrown back, and as he turned, great thieves, no tender victim for his noisy power, rose like a dragon behind him, shouting, "War! For God hates utterly the bray of bragging tongues."
And when he beheld their swagger,
The frown of his thunder blasted their first man from our walls. We heard his shout of triumph high in the air, turned to a scream. He fell with his windy torch, and the earth struck him. 7 captains at 7 gates yielded. These 2 only, brothers in blood, face to face in matchless rage, mirroring each the other's death, clashed in long combat. But now, in the beautiful morning of victory, let thieves of the many chariots sing for joy.
with hearts for dancing, will take leave of war,
Our temple shall be sweet with hymns of praise,
and the long night shall
echo with our chorus.
Now at last, our new king comes, Creon of Thebes.
In this auspicious dawn of his new reign, what are the new complexities that shifting fate has woven for him? What is his counsel?
Gentlemen, I have the honor to inform you that our ship of state, which recent storms have threatened to destroy, has come safely to harbor at last, guided by the merciful wisdom of heaven. I have summoned you here this morning because I know that I can depend upon you. You never hesitated in your duty to our late ruler Oedipus. And when Oedipus died, your loyalty was transferred to his children. Unfortunately, as you know, his 2 sons, the princes, Eteocles and Polynices, have killed each other in battle. And I, as the next in blood, have succeeded to the full power of the throne. I am aware, of course, that no ruler can expect complete loyalty from all his subjects until he has been tested in office. Nevertheless, I say to you at the very outset that I have nothing but contempt for the kind of governor who is afraid, for whatever reason, to follow the course that he knows is best for the state. And for the man who sets private friendship above the public welfare, I have no use for him either. I call God to witness that if I saw my country headed for ruin, I should not be afraid to speak out plainly. And I need hardly remind you that I would never have any dealings with an enemy of the people. No man values friendship more highly than I. But we must remember that friends made at the risk of wrecking our ship are not real friends at all. These are my principles, at any rate. And that is why I have made the following decision concerning the sons of Oedipus. Eteocles, who died as a man should die, fighting for his country, is to be buried with full military honors, with all the usual ceremony when the greatest heroes die. But his brother, Polynices, who broke his exile to come with fire and sword against his native city and against the shrines of his father's gods, whose one idea was to spill the blood of his blood and to sell his own people into slavery. Polynices, I say, is to have no burial. No man is to touch him or to say the least prayer for him. He is to lie on the plain unburied, and the birds and scavenging dogs may do with him whatever they like. These are my commands, and you can see the wisdom behind them. As long as I am king, no traitor is to be honored with a loyal man, but whoever shows that he is on the side of the state in word and deed, he shall have my respect while he is living, and my reverence when he is dead.
If that is your will, Creon, you have the right to enforce it. We are yours.
That is my will. See to it that you do your part.
What is it that you would have us do?
You will give no support to whoever breaks this law.
Only a crazy man is in love with death.
And death it is. Yet money talks. And the wisest have sometimes been known to count a few coins too many.
Oh. I'll not say I'm out of breath from running, King, because every time I stop to think about what I have to say to you, I felt like going back. And all the while, a voice kept saying, "You fool! You don't know that you're walking straight into trouble." And then another voice, "Yes, but if you let somebody else get the news to Creon first, it will be even worse than that for you." But good sense went out at last. At least I hope it was good sense. And here I am with a story that makes no sense at all. But I'll tell it anyhow, because, well, as I say, what's going to happen is going to happen.
Come
And
to the point. What have you to say?
I did not do it! I did not see who did it! You must not punish me for what someone else has done!
Comprehensive defense, more effective perhaps if I knew its purpose. Come. What is it?
A dreadful thing. Oh, I don't know how to put
Out
it.
with it.
Well then, the dead man. Polynices. Someone out there knew dust on slimy flesh. Someone has given it burial that lay and gone.
And the man who dared do this?
I swear I do not know. You must believe me. Listen. The ground was dry. Not a sign of digging, no, not a wheel track in the dust. No trace of anyone. It was when they relieved us this morning. And one of them, the corporal, pointed to it, and there it was. The strangest look. The body just mounded over with light dust. You see? Not buried exactly, but as if someone had covered it just enough for the ghost piece. And no sign of dogs or any wild animals had been there. And then, what a scene there was! Every man of us accusing the other. We all had proof that the other one did it. We all had proof that we could not have done it. We were ready to take hot irons into our hands, walk through fire, and swear by the gods. And then, when this came to nothing, someone said a thing that silenced us and made us stare down at the ground. You had to be told the news, and one of us had to do it. We threw the dice, and the bad luck fell to me. So here I am. No happier to be here than you are down at me. No one likes the man who brings bad news.
I have been wondering, King.
Can it be that the gods have done this?
Stop! Must you doddering wrecks go out of your heads entirely? The gods. Intolerable. The gods favor this corpse. Why? How had he served them? Tried to loot their temples, burn their images, yes. And the whole state and its laws with it. Is it your senile opinion that the gods love to honor bad men? A pious thought. No. From the very beginning, there have been those who have whispered against me. Stiff-necked anarchists, putting their heads together, scheming against me in alleys. These are the men. They've bribed my own guard to do this thing. Money. There's nothing in the world so demoralizing as money. Down go your cities, homes gone, men gone, honest hearts corrupted, crookedness of all kinds, and all for money. But you, I swear by God and by the throne of God, the man who has done this thing will pay for it. Find that man, bring him here to me, or your death will be the least of your problems. I'll string you up alive. And there will be certain ways to make you discover your employer before you die. Do you understand me?
Kate, may I speak?
Your very voice distresses me.
Are you sure that it's my voice and not your
By
conscience?
God, he wants to analyze me now.
It is not what I say, but what has been done that hurts you.
You talk too much.
Oh, maybe. But I've done nothing.
Sold your soul for some silver, that's all you've done.
How dreadful it is when the right judge judges wrong.
Your figures of speech may entertain you now. But unless you bring me the man, you will find little profit from them in the end.
Bring me the man! I would like nothing better than bringing him the man. But bring him or not, you have seen the last of me here. At any rate, I am safe.
Numberless are the world's wonders, but none more wonderful than man.
Earth, holy and inexhaustible, is graven with shining furrows where his plows have gone year after year.
The timeless labor of stallions,
The life-born birds and beasts
that cling to cover, the live fish lighting the reaches of dim water.
All are taken, tamed in the net of his mind.
The lion on the hill,
The wild horse, windy maned,
Resigned to him,
and his blunt yoke has broken the sultry shoulders of
the mountain bull,
words also,
and thought as rapid as air, he fashions to his good use. Statecraft is his. When the laws are kept,
how proudly his city stands.
when the laws are broken,
What of the city then? Never may the anarchic man find rest at my heart.
never be it said that my thoughts are his thoughts.
What does this mean?
Surely this captive woman is the Princess Antigone.
Why should she be taken?
Here is one who did it. We caught her in the very act of marrying him. Where's Creon?
Just coming from the house.
What has happened? Why are you back so soon?
Oh, King, a man should never be too sure of anything. I would have sworn that you would not see me here again. Your anger frightens so, and the things you threaten me with. But how could I tell them that I'd be able to solve the case so soon? No dice throwing this time. I was only too glad to come. Here is this woman. She is the guilty one. We found her trying to bury him. Take her then. Question her. Judge her as you will. I am through with the whole thing now and glad of it.
But this is Antigone. Why have you brought her here?
She was burying him, I tell you.
Is this the truth?
I saw her. With my own eyes. Can I say more?
The details come. Tell me quickly.
It was like this. After those terrible threats of yours, King, we went back and we brushed the dust away from the body. The flesh was soft by now and stinking, so we sat on a hill windward and kept guard. Then, suddenly, a storm of dust roared up from the earth. The sky went out, the plain vanished with all the trees in the stinging dark. We closed our eyes and endured it. The whirlwind lasted a long time, but it passed, and when we looked, there was Antigone. I have seen a mother bird come back to a stripped nest. Heard her crying bitterly, a broken note or two for the young one stolen? Just so. But this girl found the bare corpse and all her loves were wasted. She wept and cried on heaven to damn the hands that had done this thing. Then she brought more dust and sprinkled wine 3 times for her brother's ghost. We ran and took her at once. She was not afraid. Not even when we charged her with what she had done. She denied nothing. And all this was a comfort to me, and some uneasiness, for it is a good thing to escape from death, but it is no great pleasure to bring death to a friend. Yet, I always say, there is nothing so comfortable as your own safe skin.
And you, Antigone, you with your head hanging, do you confess this thing?
I do.
Tell me briefly, had you heard my proclamation touching this matter?
It was public. Could I help hearing
And
it?
yet you dared defy the law.
I dared.
It was not God's proclamation. That final justice that rules the world below makes no such laws. Your edict, King, was strong. But all your strength is weakness itself against the immortal, unrecorded laws of God. They are not merely now, they were and shall be operative forever, beyond man utterly. I knew I must die, even without your decree. I am only mortal. And if I must die now, before it is my time to die, surely this is no hardship. How can anyone, living as I live with evil all about me, think death less than a friend? This death of mine is of no importance. But if I had left my brother lying in death unburied, I should have suffered. And now I do not. Creon, think me a fool if you like, but it may well be a fool that convicts me of folly.
Like father, like daughter, both headstrong, deaf to reason.
She has never learned to yield.
She has much to learn. The inflexible heart breaks first. The toughest iron cracks first. And the wildest horses bend their necks at the pull of the smallest curb. Pride. This girl is guilty of a double insolence, breaking the given laws and boasting of it. Who is the man here, she or I, if this crime goes unpunished? Sister's child. More than sister's child, or closer yet in blood. She and her sister win bitter death for this. The rest is me. I accuse her equally. You will find her sniffling in the house there. Her mind's a traitor. Crimes kept in the dark cry for light, and the guardian brain shudders. But now, much worse than this is the brazen boasting of bare-faced anarchy.
Creon, what more do you want than my death?
Nothing. That gives me everything.
And I beg you, kill me. This talking is a great weariness, and your words are distasteful to me, as I'm sure mine seem so to you. And yet, it should not seem so. I should have praise and honor for what I have done. All of these men here would praise me were their lips not frozen shut in fear of you. Good fortune of kings. License to say and do whatever they please.
You are alone here in that opinion.
No. They are with me. They keep their tongues in leash.
Maybe. But you are guilty. They are not.
There is no guilt in reverence for the dead.
But Edicles, was he not your brother too?
My brother too.
And you insult his memory.
The dead man would not say
He
that
would.
I insult it.
For you honor a traitor as much as him.
His own brother, traitor or not, an equal in
He
blood.
made war on his country. Edicles defended it.
Nevertheless, there are honors due all the dead.
But not the same for the wicked as for the just.
Creon, which of us can say what the gods hold wicked?
An enemy is an enemy, even dead.
It is my nature to join in love, not hate.
Join him then. If you must have your love, find it in hell.
But see, Ismene comes.
Those tears are sisterly. The cloud that shadows her eyes rains down gentle sorrow.
You too, Ismene. Snake in my ordered house, sucking my blood stealthily. And all the while, I never knew that these two sisters were aiming at my throne. And you, Ismene, do you confess your share in these crimes or deny it? Answer me.
Yes, if she will let me say so, I am guilty.
No, it's me. You have no right to say so. You would not help me, and I will not have you help
But
me.
now I know what you meant, and I'm here to join you to take my share of punishment.
The dead man and the gods who rule the dead know whose act this was. Words are not friends.
Do you refuse me, Antigone? I want to die with you. I too have a duty I must discharge to the dead.
You shall not lessen my death by sharing
But
it.
what do I care for life when you are dead?
Ask Creon. We are always hanging on his opinion.
You were laughing at me?
It was a joyless laughter, Ismene.
But I can do nothing.
Yes. Save yourself. I shall not envy you. There are those who will praise you. I shall have honor too.
But we are equally guilty.
No more, Ismene. You are alive. But I belong to death.
Gentlemen, I beg you now to observe these girls. One has just now lost her mind. The other, it seems, has never had a mind at all.
Grief teaches the steadiest minds to waver in.
Yours certainly did when you assumed guilt with the guilty.
But how can I go on living without her?
You are. She is already dead.
But your own son's bride.
There are enough places for him to push his plow. I will not have wicked women for my sons.
Oh, dearest Payment, how your father wrongs you.
I've had enough of your childish talks of marriage.
Do you really intend to steal this girl from your son?
No. Death will do that for me.
Then she must die?
Dazzle me. But enough of this talk. Take them away and guard them well. For they are but women. Even brave men run when they see death coming.
Fortunate is the man who has never tasted God's vengeance. Where once the anger of heaven has struck, that house is shaken forever.
Damnation rises behind each child.
I have seen this gathering sorrow from time long past loom upon Oedipus's children, generation from generation.
Takes the compulsive rage of the enemy gods. So lately, this last flower of Oedipus's line drank the sunlight.
But now a passionate word and a handful of dust have closed up all its beauty.
What mortal arrogance transcends the wrath of Zeus? All that is and shall be, and all the past is his. No pride on earth is free of the curse of heaven.
The straying dreams of men may bring them ghosts of joy.
But the ancient wisdom speaks for our own time.
Fate works most for woe.
With folly's fair show. Man's little pleasure is the spring of sorrow.
Here comes Haman, king, the last of all your sons.
Is it grief for Antigone that brings him here, and bitterness at being robbed of his bride?
We shall soon see. And no need of diviners. Son, you've heard my final judgment on that girl. Have you come here hating me, or have you come with deference and with love, whatever I do?
I'm your son, Father. You are my guide. You make things clear for me, and I follow you. No marriage means more to me than your continuing wisdom.
Good. That is the way to behave. Subordinate everything else, my son, to your father's will. This is what a man prays for, that he would get sons attentive and dutiful in his house, each one hating his father's enemies, honoring his father's friends. But if his sons fail him, if they turn out unprofitably, what has he fathered but trouble for himself and amusement for the malicious? So you are right not to lose your head over this girl. Your pleasure with her would soon grow cold, Haman, and you'd have a hellcat in bed and elsewhere. Let her find her husband in hell. Of all the people in this city, only she has had contempt for my law and broken it. Do you want me to prove myself weak before the people or to break my sworn word? No, and I will not. The woman dies. I suppose she'll plead family ties. Well, let her. If I permit my own family to rebel, how shall I gain the world's obedience? Whoever is chosen to govern should be obeyed, must be obeyed in all things, great and small, just and unjust. Haman. Anarchy. Anarchy, show me a greater evil. This is why cities tumble, why the great houses rain down. This is what scatters armies. No. No. Good lives are made so by discipline.
Unless time has rusted my wits, what you say, King, is said with point and dignity.
Father, reason is God's crowning gift to man. And you're right to warn me against losing mine. I cannot say, I hope that I should never want to say that you have reasoned badly. Yet there are other men who can reason too, and their opinions might be helpful. You are not in a position to know everything that people say or do or how they feel. Your temper terrifies them. Everyone will tell you only what you like to hear, but I, at any rate, can listen. And I have heard them muttering and whispering in the dark about this girl. They say no woman has ever so unjustly died so shameful a death for a generous act. You must believe me. Nothing is closer to me than your happiness. What could be more? Must not any son value his father's fortune as his father does his? I beg you, do not be unchangeable. Do not believe that you alone can be right. The man who thinks that, the man who maintains that only he has the power to reason correctly, the gift to speak, to soul, a man like that, when you know him, turns out empty. It is not reason never to yield to reason. In flood time, you can see how some trees bend, and because they bend, even their twigs are safe, while stubborn trees are torn up, roots and all. Forget you are angry. Let yourself be moved. I know I am young, but please, let me say this. The ideal condition would be, I admit, that men are right by instinct. But since we are all too likely to go astray, the reasonable thing is to learn from those who can teach.
You will do well to listen to him, King, if what he says is sensible.
And you, Haman, must listen to your father.
Both speak well.
You consider it right for a man of my years and experience to go to school to a boy.
It is not right if I am wrong. But if I am young and right, what does my age matter?
You think it right to stand up for an anarch?
Not at all. I pay no respect to criminals.
Then she is not a criminal?
No, you did not
No,
understand.
my voice is the one voice giving orders in this city.
It is not a city if it takes orders from one
The
voice.
state is the king.
Yes, if the state is a desert.
This boy, it seems, has sold out to a woman.
If you are a woman, my concern is only for you.
So, your concern in a public brawl with your father.
How about you, in a public brawl with justice?
With justice, when all that I do is within my rights.
You have no right to trample on God's rights.
Fool! Adolescent fool, taken in by a woman. Every word you say is for her.
And for you? and for me, and for the gods under the
You
earth.
will never marry her while she lives.
Then she must die. But her death will cause another.
Another. Have you lost your senses? Is this an open threat?
There is no threat in speaking to emptiness.
You will regret this superior tone of yours. You are the empty one.
If you were not my father, I'd say you were perverse.
You girl struck fool, don't play at words with me.
I'm sorry. You prefer silence.
Now, by God, by all the gods in heaven above us, you'll watch it. I swear you shall. Bring her out.
No.
Bring the woman out. Let her die here this instant with her bridegroom beside her.
No, no! She will not die here, king. And you will never see my face again. Go on raving as long as you have a friend to endure you.
Gone. Gone, Creon. A young man in a rage is dangerous.
Let him do or dream to do more than a man can. He shall not save these girls from their deaths.
These girls, you have sentenced them both?
No. You're right. I will not kill the one whose hands are clean.
But Antigone,
I will carry her far away, out in the wilderness, and lock her living in a vault of stone. She shall have food, as is the custom to absolve the state of her death. And there, let her pray to the gods of hell. They are her only gods. Perhaps they will show her an escape from death. Or she may learn, though late, that piety shown the dead is pity in vain.
love,
Unconquerable.
waster of rich men.
Keeper of warm lights and
All-night vigil in the soft face of a girl.
Even the
Pure immortals
cannot escape you.
and mortal man in his one day's dust
Trembles before your glory. Surely you swerve upon ruin the just man's consenting heart.
As here you have made right anger
Strike between father and son.
pleasure to her alone who mocks us.
Merciless Aphrodite.
I can no longer stand in awe of this, nor seeing what I see, keep back my tears.
Here is Antigone, passing to that chamber where all find sleep at last.
Look upon me, friends, and pity me. Turning back at night's edge to say goodbye to the sun that shines for me no longer. And now sleepy death summons me down to that cold shore. But there was no bride song there, nor any music.
Yet not unpraised.
Not without a kind of honor.
You walk at last into the underworld, untouched by sickness, broken by no sword.
What woman has ever found your way to death? but strength lives in established law.
That must prevail.
You have made your choice.
Your death is the doing of your conscious hand.
Then let me go! Since all your words are bitter, the very light of the sun is cold to me. Lead me to my vigil, where I shall have neither love nor lamentation, no song, but silence.
Dirges and planned lamentations could put off death. Men would sing forever.
That voice is like the voice of death.
I can give you no reason to believe you are mistaken.
O tomb, O vaulted bride bed of eternal rock, soon I shall be with my own again, and I shall see my father again. Dearest Polynices, dearest indeed to me, since it was my hand that washed him clean and poured the ritual wine. And my reward is death before my time. And yet, as men's hearts know, I have done no wrong. I have not sinned before God. And if I have, then I shall know the truth in death. But if the guilt lies upon Creon who judged me, then I pray, may his punishment equal my own. Thieves! And you, my father's gods and rulers of Thebes, you see me now! The last
can prevail against untiring destiny.
Andrias' son also,
That furious king,
bore the gods' prisoning anger for his pride.
Sealed up by Dionysus in death stone.
his madness died.
Among echoes.
So at the last he learned what
Dreadful power his tongue had mocked.
And old men tell a half-remembered tale
Of
of how a king's new woman,
sick with hatred for the queen he had imprisoned,
Ripped out his 2 sons' eyes with her bloody hands.
deathless fate found means to build a tomb like yours for all her joy.
This is the way the blind man comes.
Come, what have you tell us, O Tiresias?
I have much to tell you. Listen to the prophet Creon.
I admit my debt to you. What have you to say?
Listen, Creon. I was sitting in my chair of augury, at the place where the birds gather about me. They were all a chatter, as is their habit, when suddenly I heard a strange note in their jangling. A scream, a whirring fury. I knew that they were fighting, tearing each other, dying in a whirlwind of wings clashing, and I was afraid. I began the rites of burnt offering at the altar, but instead of bright flame, there was only the sputtering slime of the fat thigh flesh melting, the entrails dissolved in gray smoke, the bare bone burst from the welter and no blaze. This was a sign from heaven. My boy described it, seeing for me as I see for others. I tell you, Creon, you yourself have brought this new calamity upon us. Our hearths and altars are stained with the corruption of dogs and carrion birds that glut themselves on the corpse of Oedipus' son. The gods are deaf when we pray to them. Their fire recoils from our offering. Their birds of omen have no cry of comfort, for they are gorged with the thick blood of the dead. Oh, my son, these are no trifles. Think, all men make mistakes, but a good man yields when he knows his course is wrong and repairs the evil. The only crime is pride. Give in to the dead man, then. Do not fight with a corpse. What glory is it to kill a man who is dead? Think, I beg you. It's for your own good that I speak as I do. You should be able to yield for your own good.
It seems that prophets have made me their especial province my whole life long. I have been a kind of butt for dull arrows of doddering fortune tellers. No, Tiresias. If your birds, if the great eagles of God himself were to carry him stinking bit by bit to heaven, I would not yield. I am not afraid of pollution. No man can defile the gods. Do what you will. Go into business, make money, speculate, get rich otherwise than by my consent to bury him. It is a sorry thing, Tiresias, when a wise man sells his wisdom, lets out his words for hire.
Ah, Creon, is there no man in the world
To do
who
what?
knows?
Come, let us have an aphorism.
No man who knows that wisdom outweighs any wealth.
Surely his bribes are baser than any baseness.
Creon, you are sick. You are deathly sick.
As you say, it is not my place to challenge a prophet.
Yet you have said my prophecy is for
The
sale.
generation of prophets has always loved gold.
The generation of kings has always loved brass.
You forget yourself. You have sold out.
King, you will drive me to words.
Only
and-
remember, I will not pay you for them.
No, you will find them too
Say them!
costly.
Say them! No doubt speak. Whatever you have to say, you will not change my will.
Then take this, and take it to heart. The time is not far off shall pay back, corpse for corpse, flesh of your own flesh. You have thrust the child of this world into living night. You have kept from the gods below the child that is theirs. The one on the grave before her death, the other dead, denied the grave. This is your crime. And the furies and the dark gods of hell are swift with terrible punishment for you. Do you want to buy me now, Creon? Not many days, and your house will be full of men and women weeping. And curses will be hurled at you from far cities, grieving for sons unburied, left to rot before the walls of Thebes. These are my arrows, Creon. They are all for you.
The old man has gone, King, but his words remain to plague us. I cannot remember that he was ever false.
That is true. It troubles me. It is hard to give in, but it is worse to risk everything for stubborn pride.
Creon, take my advice.
What would you have me do?
Go quickly. Free Antigone from her vault and build a tomb for the body of Polynices.
You would have me do this.
Creon, yes! And it must be done at once. God moves swiftly to cancel the folly of stubborn men.
It's hard to deny the heart, but I will do it. I will not fight with destiny.
You must go yourself. You cannot leave it to others.
I will go. Bring axes, servants. Oh, come with me to the tomb. I have buried her. I will set her free. Quickly. My mind misgives. The laws of the gods are mighty, and a man must serve them to the last day of his life.
God of many names, Oiakis, son of Cadme and Semele, O born of the thunder, guardian of the west regions of the Lucis plain, O prince of Maenad, Thebes, and the dragon fields by rippling his menus.
God of many names, the flame of scorching flares on their hill, the nymphs of Iacchus dance at the spring of Costulia. From the vine-closed mountains, come, come in ivy, evoke, sing to the sacred themes. God of many names, the flame
Iacchus of Thebes, heavenly child of Semele, bride of the cluster, shadow of flame is upon us. Clemency, just long through, I'll come to Creon, the cross of melting fire. God of many names, you fire course from the throbbing stars. Yours are on the horses of the night, but God who waits for us. You fire, courser of the throbbing stars, O purest among the boys of Christ, and outside God, blame for us. Who die?
God of many names.
What is your news for us?
They are dead, and the living are guilty of their death.
Who is guilty?
Who is dead? Speak.
Haman. Haman is dead, and the hand that killed him is his own hand.
His father's or his own?
His own. Driven mad by the murder that his father had committed. This is my news. You must draw what conclusions you can from it.
But look, Eurydice, our queen.
I have heard something, friends. As I was unlocking the gate of the shrine, where I needed help today, I heard a voice telling of some new sorrow, and I fainted there at the temple with all my maidens about me. But speak again. Whatever it is, I can bear it. Grief and I are no strangers.
Dearest lady, I will tell you plainly all that I have seen. shall not try to comfort you, for comfort could lie only in what is not true. The truth is always best. I went with Creon to the outer plain where Polynices was lying. No friend to pity him, his body shredded by dogs. We made our prayers, and we bathed the corpse in holy water, and we brought fresh broken branches to burn what was left of it. And upon the urn we heaped up a towering barrow of the earth of his own land. When we are done, we ran to the vault where Antigone lay on her couch of stone. One of the servants had gone ahead, and when he was yet far off, he heard a voice, grieving within the chamber, and he came back and told Creon. And as the king went closer, the air was full of wailing, the words lost, and he begged us to make all haste.
Am I a prophet?
He said, weeping. And
Must I walk this road, the saddest of all that I have gone before? My son's voice calls me on. Oh, quickly, quickly, look through the crevice there and tell me if it is Haman or some deception of the gods.
We obeyed, and in the cavern's farthest corner, we saw her lying. She had made a noose of her fine linen veil and hanged herself. And Haman lay beside her, his arms about her waist, lamenting her, his love lost underground, crying out that his father had stolen her away from him. When Creon saw him, tears came to his eyes, and he called out to him,
What have you done, child? Speak to me. What are you thinking that makes your eyes so strange? Oh, my son, I come to you on my knees.
But Haman spat in his face. He said not a word, staring. Suddenly, drew his sword and lunged. Creon shrank back, the blade missed. And the boy, desperate against himself, drove it half its length into his own side and fell. And as he lay dying, he gathered Antigone close in his arms again, choking, his blood red on her cheek. And now he lies dead with the dead. And she is his at last, his bride in the houses of the dead.
She has left us without a word.
What can this mean? This troubles me too. But she knows best. Her grief is too great for public lamentation. Doubtless she has gone to her chamber to weep for her dead son, leaving her maidens in his dirge.
It may be so, but I fear this deep silence.
I will see what she is doing. I will go in.
But here is the king himself.
Nothing you say can touch me anymore. My own blind heart has brought from darkness to final darkness. Here you see the father murdering, the murdered son, and all my civic wisdom. Haman, to die. I was the fool, not you. You died for me.
That is the truth. But you were late in learning it.
This truth is hard to bear. Surely a God has crushed me beneath the hugest weight of heaven and driven me headlong a barbaric way to trample out the thing I held most dear. The pains that men will take to come to pain.
The burden you carry is heavy, but that is not all. You will find more in your house.
What burden worse than this shall I find there?
The queen is dead.
Lord of death, death world! Is there no pity for me? And you, angel of evil, I was dead, and your words are dead again. Is it true? Can it be true? Is my wife dead? Has death bred death?
You can see for yourself.
Oh, pity. All true. All true, and more than I can bear. My wife, my son.
She stood before the altar, and her heart welcomed the blade that her own hand guided. A great cry fell from her lips. Haman dead, her sons. And her last breath was a curse for their father, the murderer of her sons. And as she fell, the dart flew in through her closing eyes.
God, I am sick with fear. Are there no swords here? Has no one a blow for me?
Her curse is upon you for the deaths of both.
It is right that it should be. I alone am guilty. I know it. I say it.
You were right. If there can be right in so much wrong, the briefest way is best in a world of sorrow.
Lead me in. Quickly, friends. I have neither life nor substance. Lead me in. Let it come. Let death come quickly and be kind to me. I should never see the light of the sun again.
All that will come when it will.
But we, meanwhile, have much to do.
Leave the future to itself.
All my heart was in that prayer.
Then do not pray anymore. The sky is deaf.
Lead me away. I have been rash and foolish. I have killed my wife, my son. I live to comfort, and my comfort lies here dead. Whatever I have touched has come to nothing. Fate has brought all my pride to a thought of dust.